Run out of rum. It's the whiskey tonight. It's Jazz. Welcome to the West Ham Minds channel. The West Ham transfer news. Hope everyone is good. I haven't done a late show in a while, but there's lots going on. As you know, lots of transfer talks. Transfers at lots of different stages. Transfers taking lots of twists every half an hour, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. It's causing havoc amongst the all the top media people and all the media outlets and the West Ham insider sources and stuff. It's just kind of getting complicated. So I thought I'd do a show like an update in it from this morning, really. But before I get into it, welcome to the West Ham Minds channel. Thank you for watching, subscribing. Keep sharing, subscribing. We're running towards 3,000 subs. We're nearly there. Really grateful for each one of you that subscribe and watches. Give it a little like, innit? Give it a little like, give it a little crusty like this little lad down there, the good old little Jazzy is. Not like me. Let's kind of start off with things. So let's have a look. What should we start off with? Right. Let's start off with Summerville from Leeds United. This news broke yesterday, last night, and a little bit a day before that. A little bit I felt to do with. Listen, before I say what I'm going to say, I don't know what the West Ham budget is. I don't want to say it. It'd be pure guesswork really, but it looked like we've kind of walked away from the John Duran deal. So a lot of that money that we would have spent on that, which would have been 32, 33 million, 34 million, 35 million, that's kind of has been pushed largely, most of it, towards signing the Leeds United's player of the season. The Leeds United he's the championship player of the season as well. He's kind of 22, 23. He plays on the left wing, the position that we've been unable for a while to successfully get someone in there. I mean, Benrahma was in there. It didn't quite work out for him, as we know. Cornet's been largely injured and one or two other things going on there. We try to shove Paqueta in there. It hasn't really worked out. So this guy, like I said, he plays 4-2-3-1. He plays in the left wing. Absolutely smashed it last season. Just fell short leads from qualifying or going up. They lost in the playoff final, but leading up to the semi-final and all the games, banging 20 odd goals, 10 odd assists, penalty taker, right-footed player that plays on the left side, can cut in, good pace, good energy, Dutch under 21 player, really. So, and again, all the Leeds United fans on the channels, really, really nice words. But anyway, enough of that, because I did go on about that this morning. But the latest update since my show this morning is that, yes, he's done the medical, but typical West Ham way, it's not quite smooth. What the news coming out this evening is that medical's been done, but Leeds United and West Ham United have still got to agree the final details of the cash up front, instalment plan, those kind of things, and one or two final ticks and crosses on the boxes for the players' terms, really. So typically, like West Ham, we're going to be hanging on in there, very very nervous till the end. And so it's not been done. Usually, when a medical's done, you usually have the terms kind of all agreed, really, and things like that, really. But looks like it's not quite as advanced as it normally is. I mean, it could be, but I'm hearing it isn't. So fucking hell, mate. It is what it is, really. So I can't see any other club coming in this late. He has spoken to J Lo. He's happy with the role. He wants to come, and all looks kind of good, really. That kind of thing I put up there down there again. Transfer market is valuing him at 20 million. We're going to be paying 25 plus add-ons. That could be the sticking point, because I didn't think he's going to go as far as 34 with the add-ons. I thought it'd be 25 plus add-ons to take it to 30, but Sean Whetstone, obviously nice old bloke, good old friend, he mentioned that it's 9 million add-ons, we think. A lot of that's to do with being called up to the Dutch full international team, appearances, goals, all that kind of thing, really. So 34 is So that's a 9 million add-on. So maybe that's a sticking point. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. But going back to what I put out there, they value him about 20 million. He's left winger. Don't think he's played a lot of right wing, so it's simple to say that's kind of where he plays really. So I'm happy about this player. A lot of clubs are after him. He's the right age, like I said. All the signings, majority that are coming in, undoing all the problems Moyes had, which was we're buying young people, quick people, dynamic people, and more important than everything. Like I keep saying, it fits what the manager wants, and they'll fit into that jigsaw like a nice, neat piece, really. Which means he plays left wing in a 4-2-3-1. Hopefully, when he joins West Ham, he'll play in that same position, 4-2-3-1 on the left wing. We want him to do all the same things, which is obviously track back when he can. But more important than that, when you've got the ball with Kudos, with Bowen, with the new striker, alongside Paqueta, Alvarez, make it happen, mate. Score goals, make goals, take penalties if you want. That's kind of what we're looking at, really. Let's move on to Wan Bissaka. So the 26, 27-year-old solid right back from Manchester United, signed for 50 million 3-4 years ago. First couple of years played virtually every game. Last couple of years has played half the games, but still very, very solid player. Wants to get his career back on track. Got 1 year left on his contract, and obviously he wasn't part of the Euro England squad. I'm sure with the West years ahead of him, like Kilman, 26, 27, brilliant. He wants to get back on track. London lad. Bit of this has been kind of going up and down, isn't it? Like a lot of things West Ham been involved in. He was kind of coming one minute, then Inter Milan, he wanted to go there. Then we went to sign the Moroccan fullback from Bayern Munich that United wanted. And then United said, no. They rang him up and said, don't join West Ham. We'll buy you really, really quick. And then we'll give Wan Bissaka to West Ham. Because Man United are becoming really, really difficult to deal with. And one or two sources said that they are worried that when we try to buy Man United players like Maguire, whether you like Maguire or not, I don't want to go into it, but Moyes wanted him, and United were really, really hard to deal with, All right, we've heard about Daniel Levy, we've heard about the issues with Villa, but Man United are becoming really, really fucking annoying to deal with, really. So with this tweet from one of the really good Moroccan sources, he's obviously saying that Man United have informed Mazraoui that the deal will be finalised. He's waiting to join them, but at the same time, United apparently keep moving the goalposts with Wan Bissaka, really, because the final last details are not done. 1 minute they're happy with West Ham offering as little as 10, then they're happy with 15. Then Wan Bissaka is saying that I want a 5-10 million lump sum. Who's going to pay it? West Ham are saying, Man United, you pay it. Same thing with Maguire, that I'll go, but you pay up largely half my contract. West Ham like, we're not going to do it. Same thing happening again. And I don't know what's going on at the moment, really. So on the back of that, I think there's a bit more news on that. There you go. West Ham have reached a verbal agreement, personal terms agreed, contracts there, but no agreement with Man United yet. So West Ham are making an offer of 10 million. United are demanding 18 million. So it's embarrassing because United are waiting to sign that Moroccan lad. What is United playing at? They're not exactly short of cash. And they didn't budge for Maguire. He didn't fucking play for them all year. They played him so much money. It's really, really weird. So nothing's clear cut. And I'm just reporting it. Don't shoot the message. And I'm like, it's just going on and on and on. I mean, it astonished me over 2, 3, 4 million why United are not making this happen. They don't want the player. He don't want to stay there. They want to sign a new player. He's waiting, getting bored. Same thing with Duran and Villa, which I'll come back to at the end about what could happen, really. So that's kind of that, you naughty little people. What we going to move on to now? It's going to be, Nicholas Füllkrug of Borussia Dortmund. Bit of a surprise for me because of the age 31, but like I said, again, he fits the way we're going to play him. 4-2-3-1, up front on his own largely, in and around the box, serviced and supported by 3 quick people behind, hopefully. just stay there, mate. Don't, like, famous words from a lot of famous managers when they used to buy strikers. Music to my ears. I bought you to be a striker, mate. You stay in the box. You come out of the box. I cut your kneecaps off. I shoot your kneecaps. This is the kind of thing I want, and I think he'll be happy with that. He can head it. He can shoot it. He can hold it up. Very mobile for his age. Very good record. You can see, lots of goals. Nearly one in two wherever he's gone. The thing I'm not sure about is if I kind of go into the kind of the next linking news, is he? So yeah, I thought we were going to get him for 15 million, but apparently we've made 25 million euros. I didn't think we were going to pay as much as 25 if we're paying the similar amount for Summerville. So I don't know where this. I mean, this morning I did say that we've spent about 70 million euros or pounds, and that includes 33 million coming from Rice. So we have got about 20 left, but I thought it's always wise to keep that for January, or one or two late window loan deals or loan to perm deals, which I'll come back to really. So again, we've made a bid. Dortmund have not rejected. I don't think. I mean, that's more than what I thought we were going to pay for him. So it's not my money. I mean, what shall I do? He's a good player, but as long as that doesn't stop us from perhaps improving in one or two other areas, I don't really mind, really. So that's kind of that, everyone. Let me just close these windows for you, and then we can kind of move on. There we go. There we go. That's all done. So really, so what I want to end it with that is, obviously all the deals are in motion, but they're not as smooth as you think. There's still one or two things to be discussed with all those three players I mentioned. But going back to John Duran, like I thought about this morning, I might have mentioned it. I can't remember now, but I think if we get these three people in, that's largely it, I think. But there's room to bring more in on a loan or a loan to perm. So John Duran, he could come in on a loan to perm, which would mean a 5 to 10 million fee up front to Villa, with the agreement that next year we'll buy him, with the final price being, I don't know, whatever, 30, whatever. That could be done. But then I can't see two new players coming in to fight for one spot. John Duran's coming to be the number one. And if we sign the German lad, are we gonna entice John Duran to? I don't know. It could happen. Or Broja might come back. Broja, I don't know what he's up to. He didn't really play that many games for Fulham, so I'm not sure about that. That could happen. I mean, get your main players in early, and then look for those juicy loan or loan to perm deals. We didn't do enough of them with Moyes around. We'll see what happens, really. So right now, I was going to do, let me think. I was going to do something on tactics, really. So let's go over to the tactics board. I haven't done that in a while. So let's kind of, there I am over there. I need more rum, more whiskey. Hang on. There I am with my bubble screen. So let's get into this. Yeah, let's start off with this. Hopefully you naughty boys can see that down there, mate. So with all the players coming in, about to come in, don't shoot the messenger. You know what I mean with those names in there, right? Who haven't quite come in yet, right? You get me, mate? Yeah. I think we're setting up as 4-2-3-1, unless I hear anything different. But there is another screen to look at after this, which is quite interesting. So you can see again, Kilman's come in, 27 years old. Very good with the ball at his feet, very commanding, used to the Premier League, future captain, very, very good, brings the average age down. Wan Bissaka comes in at right back, again 26, 27, quite mobile, quite fast, very good with the ball at his feet, very good one-to-one defender, really, and quite good up and down the wings, the channels, so we'll be providing width like Emerson, although Wan Bissaka's delivery needs a bit of improvement. He's not really that silky wing back. There's not many wing backs in the world. He's not one of them, but he can defend really, really well, really, which I kind of prefer slightly, really. With my intelligent hat on, isn't it? We can all go gun blazing down the wing like Matty Cash, but Matty Cash can't defend to save his life. And Emerson Royale and people like that. Do you know what I mean? Wan Bissaka's quite a sensible guy. Good man marker. Very hard to go past. Quite physical, quite tall, quite strong. So, yeah, Man United pedigree can't be laughed at. Do you know what I mean? So that's how that looks. then, like I kept saying, I had a feeling that if you look at the CDMs in the middle, I had a feeling there's no room for Suchek or Ward, even though Ward Prowse was all right against Wolves, I thought. And but a lot of you didn't agree with that. That's fair enough. So I think Alvarez, Paqueta will go back to being a CDM, and he will be told, "Listen, I know you got talent. I know you can do silky skills and do a few tricks in the corner, do back heels and flip it over your head 40, 20 yards into someone's feet. But I want you to be more sensible." So with that central midfield, it's so important under J Lo's thing. It's ball possession, retain possession, be sensible with the ball, able to control it with both feet for long periods. Don't lose the ball. Retain possession. Make the opposition work for it if they want it, and slowly but patiently create those spaces. That's how J Lo's teams play. With David Moyes, it's like straight from the kickoff. We don't want the opposition. We don't want the ball. Stick everyone behind the ball. We don't want no possession. Once we get it accidentally, which will be like 10% possession over the whole game, then we'll run up the pitch and we see what happens. A few sort of set pieces and we'll see what we do. This is quite intricate. It's not as dynamic or fast as Brighton, Man City, don't get me wrong, or Barcelona, but a lot of you don't want that pure tippy-tappy football. This ain't really tippy-tappy. It is a little bit, but not too much. And it's not too much like Moyes. It's in between. So I think it's a nice mix. It's a nice mix. So that's what I'm thinking, that Ward-Prowse will not get into this team. Maybe I'm underrating Ward-Prowse, but I don't think he's as good as Paqueta, really. But it's a lovely choice on the bench, don't get me wrong. A lovely choice on the bench. I like Antonio, I like Souček. Wow, that's a good bench, even with Uncle Zuma in there, right? Um, this is where it gets really exciting and good. If you look at those three behind them, the striker, Summerville again, ripped it up in that same position, same formation. Kudos, he can play anywhere. I think him and Boeing an interchange. I think Kudos and Boeing an interchange. Sometimes you're going to, which I kind of saw last year a little bit, that you're going to see Kudos go down the other flank and Boeing go around the other side and mix it up, and then Boeing go up front in the box. But FULLKRUG will be hopefully be told, please, 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 for his sake and my mental state, please stay in and around the box. So when Summerville and Bowen and Kudos and Paqueta, for one reason or another, put that ball into the box, whether it's a through ball from Paqueta or a cross from Summerville or Bowen, I want you in there, my man. So often since Antonio's been our lone striker, Antonio's been eating ice creams on the halfway line, like I told you. He's never in there. It takes him 2 days to catch the bus down Green Street and get in there. Do you know what I mean? So you can see that's kind of how it's going to look. What else do we need? It's going to be what change we got left in the kitty. But like I said, Emerson, we've got cover for him in Krezi, Wan Bissaka, we've got cover in Kufal, we've got Zuma, Mavropanos still in. I think I'd like to get rid of one more centre back and bring in another one. I think that's quite important. I think the central positions with any team, especially Jolo, are very important. So the centre backs pairing and the centre mid pairing is going to be very, very important. I think the four up front, we don't have to worry about them too much. They can match anyone in the league. They're very, very good. They're very, very young. They're very, very dynamic, very, very fast. In both feet, left feet, right feet, very, very strong. Can hold it up. 3-4 people marking them like we saw with Kudos. He ain't going to lose it. Bowen ain't going to lose it. Some of it exciting. So really, really good up front, really. Let me show you another screen now. There we go. I found it. There we go. So this is J-Lo kind of when he was manager of Wolves and they beat us 1-0. He took over about November, December time. They were around the bottom of the table. He lifted them up, did really, really well. So it was largely 4-3-3. And I know Paqueta's good. I know Alvarez is good. But I still don't think that they're the right players for J-Lo in that midfield. He wants the complete Modric type player, like Moutinho, like Neves, maybe a bit of Jota in there, all Wolves players, really, really good footballers like Ian Bishop, John Wonka, Ben Rama, not Ben Rama, Ben Yoon, Berkovic, complete midfielders that are pass it left, pass it right, pass it long, pass it short, keep the ball, can't get the ball off them, dictate the flow of the game, they pick it up from the centre backs, and they can do whatever they want. This is such, unless Alvarez got something that we didn't see. A lot of these players we don't know how good they are, and because under Moyes it was one side, one dynamic of playing football. We don't know technically on the positive side what they're like. How much flair have they really got? How much skill have they really got? Off the cuff skills, allowed to do, take the shackles off. We don't know, do we? So, but Neves, there's not many of them, is it? Not many of Neves Moutinho around. And Paqueta doesn't quite fit that mold, but listen, he plays for Brazil. That's a huge pedigree. Alvarez is a key player from Mexico, huge pedigree. So maybe the guy, J-Lo, he's coached youngsters, he's coached national teams, he's coached in the Premiership, a lot of experience, a lot of confidence in his own ability. He walks into the dressing room. I think you look at him, he's got a smile. He can put his hand around you. He can have a go at you. All-round manager, you know what I mean? So I think he's looking for something a bit more complete of a centre mid than Paqueta or because Alvarez, I don't think he can hold on to it for too long. He can break up play, move it along, but I don't think he can hold on for it for too long. Paqueta, he can, but he chooses not to. He's a bit of a maverick. So we'll see what happens in those positions. Souček can't do it. Ward-Prowse might be able to do it more than Souček, I think. So it's largely 4-3-3, and all of those six, like the three up front, the three behind them, are complete footballers. I know there's strikers in there, but they're happy to go in the wing. So I think Bowen and Kudus, that's them. And Summerville, I think, they're happy to play as a striker. They're happy to play, not on their own, but they can move around. They're quite fluid. So when you look at Summerville, you looked at Kudus, you looked at Bowen in that chart I showed, they can move along. I don't want Summerville to move too much from that side because he's used to it, but Bowen and Kudus are quite fluid. But I want that striker number 10 to stay where he is. Duran is much more, he can move around a lot more than the German bloke. He can move around a lot more than him. So it all depends who comes in, what we do. But generally, that's what you're kind of looking at, really. So that's kind of what it is. Let me just go back to the normal screen. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to bring the tactics shows a bit more as new players join. But under J-Lo, I did do one where we were linked with him, but it's 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, but it's pure football. It's kind of, actually, no, I don't want to go to advanced as total football, pure football. That's kind of something else. You've got to have a really expensive players in every position for that. But it's players that are young, fit, pacey, very, very happy with the ball at their feet and can play in different zones, different tactics. And that's the way football should be, I think. But my concerns, what's my concerns? Centre-back pairing of Agerd and Kilman's a concern to me. And Paqueta and Alvarez in the middle, see how they do together as a concern. It's very, very important positions. I've got no concerns about the four up front. Whenever we get that striker and Summerville on board, we're very, very good hands in terms of those. And if they get, dare I say, injured or don't want to, we've got Antonio who can fit into those 3 or 4 as well. Ings doesn't have a position, and we've got to get rid of Danny Ings, a lot of salary. We've got to get rid of him. And on top of that, 1 minute. Don't forget, we've got 4 or 5 really, really good youngsters who are going to be part of the squad. It looks like they're more than good enough to be playing now and again, or even more Earthy, dare I say. So maybe Earthy can play in that too. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. So, yeah, I think largely we're okay. I think, obviously, didn't want Craswell there, wanted another left back, but there's only so much you can do. So for now, he'll be back up for Emerson. So we'll have 2 for left back, 2 for right back position, really. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the transfer news updates, and the tactics show is back, really. So take care. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a more update on what's going on. Until then, cheers on the whiskey and coke.